Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Meffan for those of you that don't know me. And of course, here is Simba. Although we're hoping that today Simba is just gonna sit quietly out of shot because we've got a bit of a power yoga flow for you today. So if you are new to the practice, I would recommend going to check out one of my other videos. So one of my more chilled out beginners flow. Actually last week was a yoga for total beginners. So I recommend checking that out. For those of you that are ready to get a little bit of a fire inside of you, then you're going to be practicing with me today. Okay, we're going to come straight on over to all fours. This is where we're going to start today. You're going to really ground down through the hands, stacking wrist, elbow and shoulder, and making sure the knees are underneath the hips. You're going to draw up into the lower belly, push up through the shoulders, and this is where we're going to do our sort of grounding and our centering today. So a nice strong posture. Just settle into the breath. Be aware of the body. Notice how it feels to be in a slightly different position to maybe what you're used to at the start of a practice. Maybe that sits well with you, maybe it doesn't, but just recognize how that feels. And gently just start to rock back and forth on the wrists. And then turning hands out to the side so fingers point to the outside edges of the mat and maybe a little rock side to side. And then if it feels good to, you could take the backs of the hands down on the mat. Just add a bit of gentle pressure here. So if this feels really, really intense for you, which it might do, you could just ease off the wrists a little bit. And maybe it might feel nice to stretch them out in this way instead. So just notice how it feels for you. And then coming back around, just walk those knees away, taking the arms out long for our extended puppy. Maybe coming up onto the fingertips if you're living in a slightly more open body. Maybe having a little shimmy, a little movement here. Tapping in now to the breath, elongating each inhale and each exhale. Find yourself peeling all the way up to kneeling. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Then we're going to walk the hands forwards. You're going to come into your first downward facing dog, tucking under the toes, placing feet about hips width apart, really drawing back through the shoulders, spread through the fingers, seeing if you can maybe lift the toes off. On an inhale, coming up to the toes. Exhale, drawing the heels all the way down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, take it back down. On an inhale, waving the body forwards over into a high plank, and we're going to hold here. So you want to create this nice long line through the body, but we're pushing out through the shoulder blades, the upper spine. Already now feeling that fire. On your next exhale, wave the body back. Connect to the breath. You're going to take the right leg all the way up. Open through the right hip. And then you might want to shift the weight. This is kind of a tricky one. It's sort of like not a Vashisthasana because we're in downward facing dog. You're going to see if you can just play with taking that right hand off as well. Breathe. And release back down. Nice. Okay. Opening the left leg up. Open through the hip. You might want to shift forwards a little bit with the shoulders and then just see what it feels like to play around with taking the left arm off. Awesome. Coming back down to your downward facing dog. Just start to walk feet to the hands. Lift the chest, create space. Exhale, fold down over both legs. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Nice. Okay, we're just going to work through a couple of Surya Namaskars, sun salutations. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhale, lift, create space. Exhale, place the hands, step or jump back. Now either lowering down through Chaturanga, come down halfway. If you're down on the knees, that's fine as well, and push all the way back up. Then you're going to do one more. Maybe you're down on the knees. You come down to this 90-degree angle and push back up. Nice, and then lower it all the way down to the mat. Inhale for a baby cobra. Exhale for a downward facing dog. Breathing here. If you can, drawing both elbows down to the mat at the same time, but maybe you go one elbow down at a time. We walk those feet in for dolphin. Let's take a few little rocks, inhaling up to the toes. Exhale, heels draw down. Inhaling up to the toes. Exhale, heels draw down. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale down, push through the arms, come back to your downward facing dog. On an inhale, step or jump the feet to the hands, lift the chest, create space. Exhale, fold down over both legs. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, find space. Exhale, place the hands, step or jump back, lowering down, Chaturanga, but then pushing straight back up again. One more time, lowering down halfway and coming straight back up. And then on our next one, coming all the way slowly down to the mat. Inhale, let's take a high cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. From here, we're going to walk the hands all the way back to the feet. Feet are going to go out a little bit wider than hip width. You're going to sit that bottom down as low as it will go and take the arms up by the ears. If this is way too intense, you can take the hands behind the head or you can bring them to heart center. Try not to flare the ribs and sink. You want to stay strong in that core and the lower spine. Hold and stay with the breath, working with your Ujjayi breathing. And release the hands. Step it all the way back with the hands to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, step or jump the feet to the hands, lift the chest, create space. Exhale, fold down over both legs. Inhale, sweep the arms high up to the sky. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, find length. Exhale, place the hands, either step or jump back, either lowering down to the knees or down through Chaturanga and pushing straight back up again, high plank. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, take it up. And then next, coming all the way down to the mat, release the feet. Inhale for a high cobra. Exhale, take the bottom back, coming to find your downward facing dog. From here, we're going to walk those hands all the way back again. You're going to keep the feet, so you're going to bring the feet together actually, and you're going to come down into an Utkatasana. So where we've got the hinge at the hips, the bend in the knees, arms reach up, and then you're going to see if you can take that right foot off the floor. Keep with the nice bend. You're going to feel this massively on the left side glute. Take the hands to the hips and stand up tall. Keeping the foot off, bend down again. Arms reach high. Release, stay in the Utkatasana. And then we're going to bend up the left knee. Sink a little bit lower. I feel you. Take the hands to the hips. Come to stand tall, keeping that foot off. And bend. Arms reach high. Really squeeze the knees together. And release. Stepping the hands all the way back. Downward facing dog. On your next inhale, either step or jump the feet to the hands. Lift the chest, create space. Exhale, folding down over both legs. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Okay, bringing hands to the hips. We're going to take this left foot back. Come to find a warrior three. Now, if you really want to intensify this, you can take the arms out by the ears. If not, you're going to work with the hands to heart center. And then we're going to take a little bend in the right foot, right knee, and push up. Bending for 2, pushing up, bending for 3, pushing up, hold your warrior 3. Take the right fingertips down to the mat, open out for Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. If you need a brick or a block to pop on the hand, underneath the hand, that's totally cool. Breathing here. And then windmill that left arm all the way over. Come to find a standing split. Let the head hang heavy. Take that left foot up as high as it will go. Maybe you want to take the left hand around, the right hand around the right ankle to steady yourself. Stay with the breath. Starting to lift all the way up, keeping those fingertips down. Take a deep step all the way back, and then you're going to open out and come to find warrior 2. So coming down low in your warrior 2. You're going to inhale, come up, straightening the legs. Exhale, release, warrior 2. Inhale, come high. Exhale, release. Inhaling up. Exhale, release. Windmill the arms all the way over, frame the foot, step all the way back to your high plank and hold. Try not to hold the breath. And take that right knee to nose. Hold it. And then with that right foot, either placing it on top of the left foot, opening out to Vashisthasana, or staying with our tree pose Vashisthasana. Taking right hand all the way back down. Work your way through a vinyasa. Inhaling an upward facing dog or cobra. Meeting back in a downward facing dog. Reconnect with the breath in case you lost it there for a moment. On your next inhale, you're going to step or jump feet to the hands. Lift the chest, create space. Exhale, fold down over both legs. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Okay, so we've got the other side to do now. Picking up the right foot. We come to find our warrior 3. Somehow I wasn't able to pronounce my W's just then. Squaring the hips, either arms come out by the ears for a challenge, or keeping the hands to heart center. So really switching on and firing up through the glutes today. Taking a little bend in the left knee and straighten. Bending and straighten. Last time, bending and straighten and hold here. Take the left fingertips down to the mat or a block, open out the hips. Come to find Ardha Chandrasana, so our half moon. If you can take the gaze up to the ceiling, by all means do. If not, just keep the gaze where it feels good for you. And then windmill that right arm all the way back down, frame the foot. Come to find a standing split. Option of taking the left hand behind the left leg, left ankle. Just using that to draw the chest down towards the leg. On an inhale, placing both hands down, you're going to take a super deep step back on the mat. And then as you lift the chest, we'll windmill, open the arms and come to find our warrior two. Holding here. On an inhale, start to straighten the leg, take the arms high. Exhale, release it down. Inhaling up. Exhale, release. Inhaling up. Exhale back to warrior two. Holding here. Give me a smile. Windmill those arms all the way over. Frame the foot. Step it back to a high plank. And let's bring that left knee in now. Knee to nose. Holding it. Pushing out through the shoulders, high up to the sky. And then from here, let's pivot onto the right foot, either coming to Vashisthasana in your tree pose or stacking the feet. So whichever one feels good for you, holding one more nice big breath. Inhale. Exhale, place the hand down. Work down either through Chaturanga or down to the knees. Inhaling upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Really connecting to the breath now. On your next inhale, we're going to take 5 bunny hops or 5 kicks to handstand. So whichever you fancy, I'm going to go for kicks so that my mic doesn't fall off. So they don't have to be massive, they can be tiny, they can be really small. So just go to wherever feels good for you. Two more. One more. Meet back in a downward facing dog. Bring it down to the forearms, down into dolphin. And we're going to hold here. So it's like one of the most powerful postures. On an inhale, coming up to the toes. Exhale, draw the knees down. The heels. Inhale, come up to toes. Exhale, heels come down. Inhale, take it up. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, up to the toes. Exhale, heels down. Push back to a downward facing dog. Take a little breather. And then start to walk the hands all the way back to the feet. Slowly start to peel the body up, bone by bone, head and neck come last. From here, we're going to step it all the way open so we're facing each other. You're going to turn the feet out to the corners of the mat and then you're going to come all the way down. So we want to be pushing these knees outwards, almost so like we're pushing them behind us. Bottom drops down. Bring the hands to heart center. And we're going to see if you can come up onto the ball of the right foot. Drop it down. Ball of the left foot. Drop it down. Let's go for the right. Drop it down. Stay with the breath. Inhaling up. Exhale, release. And then we're going to give it a go. Maybe we'll all fall. We're going to see if we can come up onto both toes. Hold it. Smile. Ooh. And release. Just give those legs a little bit of a shake out. Okay, just pivot the feet in so the feet are parallel to the outside edges of the mat. Take the hands to the hips. Inhale, draw the body tall. Exhale, come down to a forward fold. Just let the head and the neck release. You want to maybe take the hands, the heel of the hands in line with the heel of the foot. Keeping a nice 90-degree angle here in the elbows. If you're living in a slightly tighter body, maybe you want to bend the knees, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so those of you that are ready to kind of take it on a step, we're going to go for a tripod headstand. Now, all I will say is obviously you're doing this in the comfort of your own home. Please be careful because you don't have a teacher with you to be there supporting you. So only do this if it feels good for you. So you might need to just adjust the feet, bring them a little bit wider in order to get the head down. So the tendency with tripod headstand is to make the base too shallow. You want to have this nice triangle here with hands and head. And then we start to lift. Maybe you want to take a knee onto the back of the elbow to begin with. This is a really nice place to start with your tripod headstand. If you can lift all the way up, by all means do. Those of you that have tripod headstand, your challenge today is going to be to bring the knees to the backs of the elbows and to see if you can lift up into crow pose. Sadly, I have a wall behind me, so I don't think I'm going to have space. Nope. But you can try taking the knees to the backs of the elbows and pushing off. Those of us still in our forward fold, just hang out there for a little bit longer. Everybody up in headstand, come to join us here. On an inhale, start to lift, come to the fingertips. Exhale, bring the hands to the hips. Inhale, start to lift the chest all the way up. Nice, okay, come to stand to the top of the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, find a little bit of length. Exhale, either step or you can jump back. Now we're going back to what we did in our Surya Namaskars. So we're going to exhale, come to halfway. Inhale, push it back up. You can do this on the knees. Coming to halfway and up. One more time, coming down and pushing up. And now hold your plank. Really try and stay connected. And then if you can, keeping the body really nice and aligned, you're just going to see if you can bring the knees down towards the mat. And take the legs straight. Bending the knees down towards the mat. Legs straighten. 2 more. Coming down. And straighten. Last time. And straighten. Take the knees down for real this time. Sit back on the heels. Close off the eyes. Take a nice big inhale. Arms reach high. Exhale, hands through heart center. Release the hands down. Take a nice big inhale through the nose and we'll exhale it all out through the mouth. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. Beautiful. Okay, just swinging the legs around. Taking the legs out long, we'll come to find a little forward fold here. Pop yourself up on a block if you need one. Flexing the feet, keeping everything switched on, and start to walk the body forwards. You really want to focus on keeping the spine long in these forward folds rather than just rounding it and taking the head down. All about length here. Maybe ease off the stretch a moment on your inhale. And then as you find your exhale, grow from the torso and then find your length. On an inhale, start to lift all the way up. You're going to place the hands down by the side of the bottom. Okay, a little bit more fun. The power's not over just yet. So we're going to try and lift the bottom up off the mat. Feet don't need to come off. Unless you can lift the feet off, then by all means do. We're going to press down through the hands, lift the bottom. Try not to hold the breath. We really want to tap into the Ujjayi breathing here. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, release. Let's go one more time. Just have a little moment. A little shimmy around. Spread through the fingers, through the hands. Press through the hands, lifting high. And if you're just like an inch off the mat, that's totally cool. Maybe just a centimetre. We're just working with our own limits here. One more breath. And release. You guys done amazingly well. Okay, you're gonna come, scoot the bottom forward. You're just gonna release yourself to lay down on the mat. Taking the legs up straight, you're gonna place the hands down beside you, and you're gonna drop the right leg down just to about an inch off the mat. Now, if you find that your lumbar spine, your lower spine is lifting off, then you just don't take this right leg so low. So let's go with the left. And bring it up. And we'll go with the right. And up. And left. And up. One more each time, each side. I think owning a doggy has given me like a scatty mind. And coming all the way up. Flex the feet, take the hands up towards the toes, and then just on an exhale, so we'll take a nice big inhale, then we'll exhale, try to reach the toes. Inhale, release. Exhale, reach. Inhale, release. Exhale, reach. Inhale, release. Exhale, reach. And relax everything down. Hug those knees into the chest. Give it a little rock side to side. Just take this left knee down. You're gonna come into a half happy baby on the right side. So take the outside of the right foot and start to draw the right knee towards the right armpit. You can keep the left knee bent, or you can take that left leg flat down to the mat. Maybe wanting to put your left hand on the left hip or thigh. Try and keep your hips down on the mat. And then coming all the way back, hug those knees into the chest. And then we're gonna take the right foot down to the mat. We're gonna come into our half happy baby on the left side. Drawing that left knee down towards the left armpit. And then maybe you want to slide that right foot away, all the way down to the mat. That will just intensify the stretch a little bit. And then come to hug both knees in. Just start to rock backwards and forwards. And coming to sit comfortably on your mat. Just cross the legs, or maybe you want to come to kneeling, whatever feels good. Bring the hands to heart center, closing the eyes. Grow tall through the crown of the head. Ground down through all parts of the body connected to the mat. Take a moment just to remind yourself that just doing your yoga, showing up on the mat, is kind of like the hardest part. Having the motivation, the desire to be here. And I'm so grateful that you opted to do one of my flows. Namaste. Thank you all so much for flowing with me today. Please make sure you subscribe. You will get lots more videos like this. And of course, if each Sunday it's not like the flow for you, maybe it's a beginner and you're advanced, or vice versa, know that there are so many other videos on my page. So just go and do one of those and enjoy it. The ever glamorous life of a YouTuber is that as we was lying there, I was like, I could hear Rob coming up the drive with the wheelie bin, and then Simba runs outside. Simba, are you gonna come say bye? Are you gonna come say bye? Simba does not want to say bye to you today, guys. He's like, oh, Dad's here now. He's way more interesting. Anyway, enough pup talk. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you again next week. Bye-bye.